Do you agree that every living thing needs two parents to be created? This is actually incorrect. While we are familiar with sexual reproduction involving two parents, asexual reproduction only needs one parent. All the offsprings are clones and they're genetically identical to one another and to their parent. Many organisms like this dog reproduce sexually or with two parents, but other organisms like bacteria and even multicellular organisms reproduce asexually. Asexual reproduction is of 7 types, and these types are binary fission, budding, parthenogenesis, spores, vegetative reproduction, fragmentation, and grafting. For many one-celled organisms like bacteria, binary fission is the way to go. This is a type of asexual reproduction in which a cell divides into 2 cells. This is a fairly easy term to remember. If you could recall, the prefix bi means 2, and the word fission means dividing. So binary literally means dividing in 2. When a bacterium is ready to reproduce, it makes a copy of its DNA and then splits, giving the copy to a newly formed identical bacterial cell. Another method of asexual reproduction is budding. A new organism grows by mitosis and cell division on the body of the parent. The parent produces a small clone of itself. When the bud gets large enough, it breaks off and creates a new organism. Take a look at Hydra budding. Parthenogenesis is a type of asexual reproduction in which a female gamete or egg cell develops into an individual without fertilization. Animals, including most kinds of wasps, bees, and ants that have no sex chromosomes, reproduce by this process. Some reptiles and fish are also capable of reproducing in this manner. Many plants are also capable of reproducing by parthenogenesis. Spore formation is a method of asexual reproduction which is found in non-flowering plants such as fungi and bacteria. In this method of reproduction, the parent plant produces hundreds of tiny spores which can grow into new plants. The spores are microscopic, tough, and resistant bodies which are round in shape and can grow into a new plant under suitable conditions. It may look similar to seed formation in flowering plants, but spore production only occurs in non-flowering plants and in other microscopic organisms. Examples of such organisms include fungi, green algae, molds, and ferns. Here is a video of bacteria and fungi in a time lapse. Vegetative propagation is a form of asexual reproduction of a plant. Only one plant is involved and the offspring is a result of one parent. The new plant is genetically identical to the parent. Natural vegetative propagation occurs when an axillary bud grows into a lateral shoot and develops its own roots. Plant structures allowing natural vegetative propagation includes bulbs, rhizomes, stolons, and tubers. Artificial vegetative propagation is a deliberate production of new plants from parts of old plants by humans. This can be done by following 3 methods: cutting, layering, and grafting. Fragmentation. As the name is quite self-explanatory, it is a type of cloning where one organism is divided into minor fragments. Once divided, these fragments develop into individual ones which are fully grown. Fragmentation, also known as a splitting method of reproduction, and is seen in many organisms such as cyanobacteria, fungi, many plants, and also in animals including flatworms, sponges, some annelid worms, and sea stars. For example, starfish can either split in half, in which each half develops new arms to form a full starfish, or if a starfish loses an arm, it will regrow that arm, and the lost arm will over time develop further arms itself, turning into a complete starfish. Grafting is an advanced technique that botanists, farmers, gardeners, and hobbyists use to add living tissue from one plant to another. Plant tissues have the ability to grow new vascular tissue, and the process of grafting takes advantage of this ability. The vascular tissue of the main plant joins with the vascular tissue of the added plant, keeping the new tissue alive and growing. This is a way for plants to reproduce asexually. You can think of grafting as being similar to organ donation. When someone needs a new kidney or liver, they can get one donated. Their body will grow new blood vessels, and the new organ will grow and work in its new body. The same thing happens with plants, except it's much less expensive. And those are all of the types of asexual reproduction.